I am in Southwest Florida right now, and it's a little chilly, which is why I have the big jacket on. It should get up to about 70 today, but we left this morning and it was about 47, I think. And I think we're up around 65 now. And I know this is a big jacket for 65, but I'm a Floridian, so it's cold. Who's driving? My husband's driving. I don't know if you can see him. Right back there at the helm. Actually, technically Bob, the autopilot's driving right now. We have the sails up and we have a course set, so we're just sort of letting Bob do the work. It's a lagoon. I wish it was an Antares. No, seriously, I love our lagoon. It's a Lagoon 380. Hey, Island Vibes. We are actually going back home. The Reboot, the name of our boat's the Reboot. The Reboot was in dry dock for 3 weeks, and we just were able to, she was done yesterday and splashed back in the water yesterday, and we're sailing her back today. My videos are usually about a week behind reality because I have to edit them. So you'll see all of the stuff I'm working on in the shipyard, and you'll see the splash, all the splashing back into the water. You'll see it this week once I get those videos up. I love the 380. I love the Lagoon 380 a lot. I call it the Goldilocks catamaran because it's not too big. So you can haul it most places that can haul a catamaran. It's not too small. We can stand up on the inside. It's kind of just right. So I am in Southwest Florida, and I'll turn and show you if you guys can see it. That is Sanibel Island right behind me. And we're doing about 7 knots and 14 knots of wind right now. Trying to avoid the sun. Destin has beautiful beaches, and I'm just sitting under the Genoa right now, so it's blocking the sun for me because it's really bright out. But the boat's moving, so sometimes I can't help it. The sun's gonna get me. Well, anybody who lives in Southwest Florida or even South Florida knows that you try and avoid the sun as much. You're going to get a lot of sun no matter what, and you don't want to get skin cancer, and you don't want your skin to turn into leather. So you wear lots of sun protection so you don't get too fried and too leathery. So 21 in Alaska, that's cold. Yes, sailing is fun. It's also a lot of work, but it's so much fun that all the work is worth it. It is very beautiful down here. We're on the Gulf side of Florida, down in the southwest part, and I love it down here. I think it's so beautiful. have following seas, which means the waves are actually coming from our stern. So it looks pretty smooth from this angle, but if I went to the back of the boat, you'd be able to see that like there are these roller waves kind of coming at us, but they're not too big. They're pretty, we have 2 feet seas today, which that's pretty good. From Canada. Our boat was originally, we just changed direction a little. Our boat was originally owned by Canadians, and they sailed it on Lake Michigan. And then we bought it and moved it down here. It is very peaceful. Right now, the only thing pushing the boat is the wind. Both the engines are off. Have we ever crossed the Atlantic? I don't think we would cross the Atlantic on our boat. The boat is certainly capable of it, but it's a really long trip, and it really beats on your boat a lot, and it puts it through. It's kind of like taking your minivan and putting it in the Daytona 500. It'll make it, but it'll get really beat up. So, yeah, 2 foot seas is really nice. We got really lucky that we're bringing the boat back home today, and we just have ended up with really, really good wind, and I wish it were a little warmer. 65 is, I know this is crazy jackets for 65, but when the wind is blowing at you constantly, you kind of need a little more protection because it's always blowing the heat off of you. But we're bringing it back home today, which is great because last week we wouldn't have had good weather for it. Be scared of big storms. Well, she just came through Ian, and just came through Ian, and she was the only sailboat in the canal to survive in our canal. So, do you have pets on the boat? Yes, we have a standard poodle for the stern as well, and at some point I'll move to the back and you can see him. But he always is tethered on the boat, so he's safe. I'm gonna move more over. This is my anchor chain. Holds the anchor. I'm moving over to the other side now. And now I am right underneath the sails. Let's see, where's home? Southwest Florida. I've heard that is really beautiful sailing up in Alaska in the summertime. At some point we'd like to take a cruise up there on not our own boat, but a bigger boat. Most of the time I'm scared of the boat, but there's a scared to Yahoo ratio, and usually there's more Yahoo, which makes being scared worth it. So, because it's a big boat with, well, the boat doesn't scare me, but the wind scares me and the ocean scares me, but it's so much fun to be on the boat and like this is a 10-ton boat and it's being pushed by nothing but the wind, and it's just such an amazing feeling that even though we're scared of storms and then the wind scares us and the ocean can scare us, it's worth it. How big is our boat? It is 38 feet long, 22 feet wide, wind a little better. 38 feet long, 22 feet wide. It drafts about 3 feet 9 inches, and it weighs 10 tons. And right now we're going about 7 knots, and that is about 7 or 8 miles an hour. Do I cook on the boat? Yes. I made breakfast. The boat has a full galley, so I can cook just about anything I would cook at home. It has an oven and a 3-burner stove. But generally, when we're sailing, we don't tend to want big heavy meals. So I'll do like grilled cheese sandwiches or things that are easy to make that don't warm up the oven. How fast are we going? 6 more. We're going about 6.5 knots now. We slowed down a little bit. And we're expecting the wind to change as we get around the edge of Sanibel Island. So, is it hard when the boat is rocky? Let's see. Is it hard when the boat is rocky? Yes, it is. This isn't rocky. This is pretty good. This is about 2-foot seas. And the seas are on the... the seas are pushing us. They're hitting us on the back. So we're doing a little bit what they call hobby horsing, which doesn't bother me at all. Catamarans sail flat. And let's see if I can get a better... Catamarans sail flat. And they don't kind of pitch like this, but they can go up and down when they're going forward. And it does not bother me too much. I've definitely got more used to it. Oh, is it hard? So, if it's like I can cook in this right now where it's going up and down, it doesn't really, things don't go flying because the boat sails flat. But I would say that the rockier the seas are, the less hungry we are, so we tend to do like trail mixes or just cold sandwiches or stuff like that. So things that we figure out how to do and things that are still a challenge for us. So I was talking about the bridge deck and how when the waves get really big, they can slam against that. And we have about 2-foot waves now, and they're not coming close to it. I think it's about 3 feet above the water right there. So we have to have some pretty big sails. Yes, I'm married. My husband is right there at the helm, and that's his friend. And we'll be celebrating our 30th wedding anniversary this year. by noontime I will actually be down to 3 layers because I'm a wuss. Why did we start sailing? Well, like a lot of people, we actually watched YouTube videos. Our kids were going away to college. We were about to be empty nesters, and we were talking about like what would our we were talking about what would our next adventure be. And hi from Puerto Rico. Hi, I love Puerto Rico. We've stayed in San Juan, and it's a really beautiful country, and it has the most wonderful people. Now these are cardinals. So how do we start sailing? So we ended up watching videos on YouTube, like a lot of people. We watched Delos was the first one we watched, and then Gone with the Winds is my personal favorite, and the O'Kellys, and Sailing Impy. Those are probably like the 3 big ones. And we just kind of fell in love with the idea of the romance of it, but also we both have some, like, I'm good at fixing things. My husband's an engineer, so we thought we had some reasonable practical skills for sailing on board too. So, what's the longest we have stayed aboard at one time? Well, in 2020, we came down for a weekend, and that was in March 2020, and we came down for a weekend with our dog and a weekend's worth of clothing, and then the pandemic shut everything down, and we didn't leave for 6 months. We stayed on the boat for 6 months. So, what's the farthest we have gone? Let's see. The farthest we have gone is probably this trip. Will be our farthest trip. It's about 50 nautical miles. Oh wait, no, actually we went from Bradenton up to Tarpon Springs to haul out the last time, and I think that was 80 nautical miles each way. So, and this one's about 50. This will take us all day to get to go 50 miles. Thank you. Our plan, well, I shouldn't say, we are planning. Our plan is to get to the Florida Keys and the Dry Tortugas this year. So we will see. There's a lot of things that have to happen for us to do that. The boat has to be ready, we have to be ready, and the weather has to be good. But we are planning on either doing getting down to Key West and then going over to the Dry Tortugas, or just going a straight shot from where we live right down to the Dry Tortugas. To subscribe. Good to have you with us. Welcome aboard. What is the temp out there? It's about 65 degrees, and it seems crazy that I'd be wearing a parka in 65 degrees, but A, I'm a weenie for the cold, I hate it, and B, when you're sailing, you've got wind blowing at you the whole time. The wind is coming from that direction. And when the wind is blowing the entire time, it just kind of sucks the heat off of you. So you kind of need more layers. It's great in the summertime because it'll stay like 90 degrees, but you've got that wind blowing on you the whole time, and it really helps to keep you cool. Yeah, the water can definitely hit me from right here. I hope it doesn't, because then I have to change. But the seas would have to be bigger than 2 feet. Right now they're just 2 feet, and I'm about 7 feet up, I'd say. So maybe 6 feet. So we could, and we have seen the spray come up over the bow when we've been in bigger seas. I just have to, it would have to be like a kind of a crazy stray wave, or bigger seas for the water to come up this far. It's great in the summertime. You can sit out here in a bikini and the waves just come over and like smack you and pull you off. So that's an interesting, yeah, no, I'm not going for a swim. It's too cold. But in the summertime, you can drag a line off the back and you can just hold on and the boat will drag you. But if you're going faster than like 4 knots, you're going so fast you can't pull yourself back in. So we have to heave to with the boat and turn it out of the wind and slow it down so we can get back on board if we're dragging it. How often? Every time. We have seen dolphins every single time. When we left this morning, it was dawn, and just as the sun, so we had a full moon and the sun was coming up, and that's when all the dolphins were hunting. So we had a whole pod of them around the boat, just hunting and looking for their breakfast. What's your location? We're in Southwest Florida. Yeah, I'm not worried about 100-foot waves in the Gulf. I don't think that that happens a whole lot. There are places in the world that have 100-foot waves, but not here. Have you seen killer whales? No, I think, I don't know if there actually are killer whales in the Gulf of Mexico. I suppose there could be. I don't know, but we haven't seen any yet. So, and I know that there are a lot of them off the coast of Spain that have been chewing on the rudders of catamarans and monohull sailboats out there, but no, none here. Good morning. This is my favorite jacket. It's a double layer down jacket. The fur's not real though, it's pretend fur. But yeah, it's you wouldn't think you would need a jacket like this in Florida, but it really helps on the boat. So I'm living my dream right now. Yeah, it took us a while to get here. We bought the boat 4 years ago and we had never sailed, so we're sort of learning as we go. The hood, I can pull it up. I don't really need the hood today. If I needed the hood, it would be, and then it comes around and you can like do another layer. But this is like 40 degrees. Luckily, I don't need the 40 degrees. So it's a huge amount of fun. It's a ton of work, but days like today where you have all the sails up, it absolutely makes it worth it. We've got great weather. We have not fished off the catamaran yet. It's something that we might do. You know, I like fishing. I like eating fish, but the catching and the cleaning them part, I'm not a huge fan of. So please don't fall. I'm in a reckless spot on the boat. No, I'm fine. Not reckless at all. I'm actually sitting right in the middle on the anchor chain. I can actually sit on there, but I wanted to give you guys a good view of what it looks like. But nope, we're doing good. is he knows he's lucky. So I'm lucky too. We both feel like we hit the jackpot with each other. So, but yeah, no, I'm safe. It's a beautiful day for a sail. Hanging out on the trampoline. If the conditions weren't good, I would definitely not be up here. I'd be back in the cockpit, and we'd be tethered in. But we're in about 7 feet of water. We can see the Sanibel Island right there, and we've got enough cell phone signal that I can actually do a live. So this is bunny slope sailing, we call it, where it's just really nice to sail. So yeah, it is. It's a gorgeous day today. I love living down here. I love not being cold. Where we got Southwest Florida down by Fort Myers. Hey from Florida. We live a little north of Fort Myers, so we're bringing the boat back to our dock. It had been in dry dock for 3 weeks, getting repaired, the last of the repairs from the lightning strike done, and some yearly service stuff. So, what's the farthest we've ever been out? So we find the shade again. Yeah, we're just north of Naples right now. We are having a huge amount of fun. It's a great day for a sail. Hey Fort Myers, we are just passing Sanibel Island right now. Monterey Bay, California. Hey, all the way over on the West Coast. Yes, we're having a great day today. We missed sailing. The Reboot got hit by lightning back in June, and we weren't able to sail her for about 6 months while it was being repaired. Yeah, I'm actually laying on the trampoline. This is one of the most fun places. Ah, no wet. This is one of the most fun places to be on a catamaran as a trampoline. The boat is 38 feet long. Alright, let me get you a better view. 38 feet long. 22 feet wide and weighs about 10 tons. No, we did not have damage from the hurricane except for some of the fiberglass on the starboard side gets some of the fiberglass on the starboard side got scratched, and we needed to have that repaired. That was like just a cosmetic fix. But we were the only sailboat in our canal in about a mile radius that actually survived the hurricane. We got lucky, and we did a ton of prep, and I made a lot of videos about the kind of before and after. So but yeah, it was a combination of luck and preparation that she survived okay. When we were able to get back home after the hurricane, I burst out crying when I saw that she was okay, because I thought for sure that the Reboot was really going to be hurt, but I was so relieved when she was okay. Would you sail on the hurricane? No, not only do we not sail on the hurricane, you have to do a ton of stuff for your boat to prepare it for the hurricane, you have to take off all of these sails, have to come off because it's not safe to leave them up, and everything just has to be taken off the boat and removed and strapped down. So no, the boat doesn't have a lightning rod because it is a lightning rod, unfortunately. That's right. 4 years ago was the first time we ever stepped foot on a sailboat, and we stayed on a catamaran that was an Airbnb for a weekend, and the owners were on board with us, and they took us out for a sail, and that was it. We were hooked. And then we started looking for our own catamaran, and we kind of got lucky. Ah, I got wet. And 4 months later, we found this one, and we've been sailing ever since. So, same here, no damage to the new home. Yay, that is really good. I'm so glad that you escaped without damage. Really lucky. That's awesome. So, I think so the sun's coming up, which means we're getting more wind, and we're getting a little more wave action too. So let me see how big the waves look now. So I don't think the waves are any bigger, but we're going faster through the waves, and that's picking up some of the water. Let's see. Yeah, it was just one of those things where we watched a lot of YouTube videos about sailing, and we thought maybe we would like it. And we did know that I'm kind of susceptible to seasickness on a monohull. So when we got on a catamaran, and it didn't make me seasick, or I should say as seasick, because I still get a little seasick sometimes. Most people who have boats get a little seasick every now and then, but the catamarans, the way they move, because they sail flat and they don't go like this, it really doesn't work to keep you from getting a seasick. Do I see the shoreline? You got it. I'll do a tour of the boat, but I want to do a tour of the boat after it's cleaned up, because it's filthy from being in the boatyard, like really grubby, and they were working on a lot of stuff on the inside of the boat too, and it's just a mess. So I'll give you a tour with me, but there is the shoreline behind me, and that is Sanibel Island, and we're about 3 miles off and we are close enough that I'm still getting 3 bars of 5G, so that's pretty cool. So there's the shoreline. Alright, I'm going to go for about 5 more minutes because my arms are getting tired, and then I'll say goodbye for today. So if you have any questions, ask them now. I'll try and go live again when we're out sailing. closer. My advice would be, if you're thinking about sailing and going sailing and getting out there, my advice would be don't wait, do it as soon as you can, because we wished we had done it sooner too. How fast do you go? We're doing about 7 knots right now, and we've done, I think the fastest we've gone is about 8 knots. The fastest I know of a Lagoon 380 catamaran going is about 18 knots, which is, that's crazy fast. So 33 Formosa, nice and wet, great. I would say however you get out there, the important part is getting out there, whether it's a big sailboat or a little sailboat, monohull or a catamaran. It's just good to get out there. Alright, so I'm almost done. I'm gonna walk to the back, and I'll show you my dog, and then I'm gonna say goodbye for now, because my arms are tired from holding the phone up. So, back. And when you're walking on a sailboat that's moving, they always do one hand for the boat, so you don't go overboard. Again, I'll have to, he likes to wrap himself around the poles and then he gets stuck. Let me unwrap him. Oh, here, I'll give you a view out the back too. So, that's looks like from the back. And this is all wind power, the engines are off. Let me go untangle my dog. Did you get tangled? Here. This, there we go. And as you can see, he's tethered and harnessed there. So he is safe in the cockpit. And he has his food and water right here too. So yep, he likes sailing as well. He likes to sit on the stern. His favorite spot is right there, and he just watches everything that happens off the back of the boat. The boat's name is Reboot. That's why the boat's name is Reboot. That's why the channel's called Reboot the Catamaran. So, because we're nerds, and we're empty nesters, so the boat is kind of a symbol of us rebooting our life for this part of our life, and it's also, it's a short name, so it's easy to say when you have to call the Coast Guard, because it's Romeo Echo Bravo Oscar Oscar Tango. So sometimes they say, don't know if you can see it, I'll bring you inside for a second, but they say a short name is good for a boat. So I am inside. Let's see if I can show you. There's the horizon popping up and down through the windows. That's what it feels like, and I apologize, the inside of my boat is a mess. So, but that's what it feels like to be on the inside. And we're going along at a pretty good clip, and it's pretty comfortable inside. How tall is the ceiling? I'm 5'9", and it's about 7 feet in the salon. And then if we go down in the cabins, it's about 6 feet, which works great for me, but my husband has to duck a little because he's a lot taller than I am. So, you're about 30 years too late. I got one. So, yeah, I'll go into it. Now we try and avoid a 3-hour tour. Yep, there's 3 cabins, 3 bedrooms, and 2 bathrooms. So, and there are, 2 bathrooms. And I'll do a boat tour when the boat is cleaned up, because it's just too cluttered and too messy to do a, it's a Lagoon 380. But it's too cluttered and too messy to do a tour right now. So, alright. I am gonna sit down and listen to some yacht rock and make a cup of tea. But thank you very, very much for following along on my live and sailing with us. And am I the chief stew? No, I'm the captain, baby. Actually, my husband and I take turns. I'm the captain. Usually I'm at the helm when we're under power and I do all the docking. And when we're under sail, he is usually at the helm because he's really good with the wind and I'm really good with the motor. So it works really well for us. But yep, I'm gonna go have a cup of tea and chill out to some yacht rock and follow along. I make videos every single day. And I'll try and teach you as I learn too. So thank you all very much. Bye.